Am I still bullish on MYRIA? Yes, of course. And I also still do believe that MYRIA could hypothetically go to the price of 50 cents during this bull run. And now, of course, nothing I say is a financial advice, nor a guarantee. But even besides that, if you take a look at MYRIA at its core, what is it, right? It's a gaming ecosystem that is powered by MYRIA's Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution. Now, before I get into what an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution is, I do want to mention how when it comes to MYRIA, it has such an amazing focus because, of course, again, it's focused on gaming. Now, more specifically, though, when it comes to blockchain gaming, yes, I get it. Some of the hype did die down. Some people may think, oh, wow, it's kind of caca, man. It's kind of trash. But I think better days are ahead because, for instance, according to Grandview Research, the blockchain gaming market is expected to be worth over $300 billion by 2030. I mean, man, that's insane right there. That's just basically 5 years away at this point. We're so close to 2025, really. I mean, that's not even that far. Again, that's bigger than some countries' GDP. That's crazy. So when people like to say that, oh, wow, blockchain gaming, it's nonsense. No, I think better days are ahead. Now, granted, are blockchain games as of right now the best? No, but I think it takes time, right? It's much like anything. Do you think like the first ever video game was great? Do you think it looked like Batman right now? No, it took time. And I think there's no, reason to think that it won't be any different when it comes to blockchain gaming. Yes, blockchain games, generally speaking, despite some exceptions, are generally not the best, but it's going to take some time. So I think as, blockchain games start to develop, as they start getting better, it's only fair to assume that, a lot more people are going to pay attention to blockchain gaming and, of course, pay attention to something like MYRIA as well. So I think MYRIA is really positioning itself in such a unique position where they're focused on a market, focused on a niche, so to speak, that hasn't really gained, mass adoption. So then when it does happen, MYRIA, it's naturally, I'm assuming going to go along with the ride. So I can't wait for that. But even besides that, you take a look at how, again, I did mention something about an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution. Now you may be thinking, okay, why is this so beneficial? Now, if you've been watching my videos for quite a while, you'll know that I'm not a fan of Ethereum's fundamentals. I really am not. I don't like the sky-high gas fees. That's complete nonsense. I don't like the arguable scalability issues. I just don't like that. But of course, there's something like an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution that does step in because what it does is that it basically removes that type of stuff, but then it allows Ethereum to be enjoyed. Because of course, even despite, my dislikes for Ethereum's, characteristics in a sense, in terms of its fundamentals, I still think it's going to grow naturally because it has a lot of, fans, hype, there's a lot of projects, Ethereum ETF, all that type of stuff, right? I still think it's going to grow. So of course, I still think it has a good future, but then of course it needs to also be enjoyed at the same time, but not dealing with that type of nonsense, which is why MYRIA's Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution is very beneficial. So when you think about that, not only is it trying to serve such an amazing purpose, but then it's also focused on gaming. So you got to really think about that. That's pretty much a complete package right there. That's like a care package, the one that you get in Call of Duty. But yeah, besides that point, I just kind of feel like this is very amazing. But of course, there's more because people often like to say that, oh, wow, adoption when it comes to MYRIA is caca. It hasn't been involved with anything. No, I disagree because, for instance, MYRIA is currently powering games such as 360 Cricket, Nitro League, Boss Fighters, and even Billiard Clash as well. Now, granted, are they like the most popular games of all time? Again, no, but it's a good step in the right direction nonetheless, in my opinion. Also, on top of that, we take a look at how on MYRIA there has been over 2 million player wallets created so far. So yeah, that's insane. But let's not forget, right? When it comes to MYRIA, they're also focused on NFTs. Now, I get it. When I say this, some people, they may think, oh man, caralho, porra, NFTs. They may be thinking, okay, NFTs, they only revolve around like Bored Apes, Mutant Apes. What's the benefit of this? Now, granted, back in 2021, generally speaking, that was kind of what people associated NFTs with because a lot of celebrities, they kind of FOMOed into it. But even besides that, when I take a look at NFTs, I still think brighter days are ahead because yet again, according to Grandview Research, because they seem to predict a lot of things, by 2030, they do predict that the NFT market is going to be worth over $200 billion. So yeah, that's insane. Again, much like, what I mentioned about blockchain gaming, its potential, this figure is also bigger than some countries' GDP. So that's insane. So yes, when it comes to NFTs, are they kind of in the gutter as of right now? Yeah, I would arguably say yes. Hype feels like it's very low. People don't really like it. But again, better days are ahead. And when a market is predicted to be that massive in the very near future, I don't really see why a project wouldn't want to be focused on it. Especially when it comes to a project that's kind of revolved around blockchain gaming, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's a smart move nonetheless. Some people think it's kind of, trash being focused on NFTs, but no, I disagree. I think better days are ahead. And with all that being said, really, is MYRIA at the price of 50 cents like too much to ask for? No, I don't think so, right? I mean, if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $11.5 billion. That isn't too bad. We've seen Shiba Inu reach around 40 billion. We've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion. Now, granted, these are like meme coins with like a ton amount of fans and hype. I totally understand that. But like, if you consider just how impressive MYRIA is, this actually isn't too much to ask for. Again, around $11.5 billion. That's not even like 50% of Shiba Inu's all-time high market cap. Like way less than that. Also, it's way less than, let alone Dogecoin, would it reach at its peak. So it's not crazy in my opinion. And the reason why I showcase this example is to just, get people to look at, hey, reaching over $11 billion in market cap isn't this crazy unheard of thing, right? We've even seen meme coins exceed that. But even besides that, of course, there needs to be major factors that could very well allow for this to happen. Like, for instance, the FOMO, buying pressure and buying volume. Also, the altcoin season needs to be impressive. I understand that, which is why, I've taken a look at the data and I believe that this, altcoin season could very well be impressive because you take a look at, there's currently over 600 million crypto owners, which is just crazy, actually. That's more than ever before in history. This is according to Crypto.com research, by the way. So it's not like a number I'm making up. But even besides that, we take a look at the Bitcoin ETF. I mean, we all know that, right? We all know the amount of institutional investors, the amount of enterprise adoption for Bitcoin. I mean, that's all common knowledge. But when you combine that with over 600 million crypto owners, I think this bull run really, the sky's the limit. Because even back in 2021, with less institutional investors, with less crypto owners, actually at that time, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners during the peak of that bull run. So with all those like factors that are like far less, imagine what cryptos reached back then. But then now this time around, all of that is pretty much amplified. Could you imagine, right? That's why I think this bull run could be so amazing. But it's going to be a matter of time because typically as a worst case scenario, altcoins, they have been known to peak around a year and a half after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, if we base this off of April, now why do I say April? It's because that's when the Bitcoin halving event happened, or should I say less happened. But even besides that, again, that's worst case around October of next year. So when you think about that, that's still potentially around a year from right now. Now, granted, could it happen sooner? Absolutely. You just never know. But even if, let's say it's like a worst case, it's actually not that terrible in a sense because if anything, it's actually more time for me to accumulate, so why not? But again, granted, if it happens earlier, fine. Because granted, if it does again happen sooner, it's party time. So I really don't mind. But some people out there, they like to complain and say, oh wow, MYRIA, it's not doing the best, all this type of stuff. But if anything, it's actually giving me a chance to actually dollar cost average more into MYRIA, lower down my average cost, and just, stick to my strategy. Because quite frankly, again, what I can control is my dedication, my persistence, my belief. That's it, right? I can't demand the price of MYRIA to pump or whatever like that right now. I can't do that. It just takes some time. And I understand that, which is why I'm staying patient. I'm just accumulating, holding, and just waiting. That's it. I don't want to resort to random nonsense. When it comes to any cryptocurrency, quite frankly, that I own, when it comes to like day trading, using leverage or like swing trading, I just don't want to do that. I just want to keep things simple. Again, acquire, hold, and just wait. That's it. Because I think around a year from right now, things could look so different. But it's kind of hard to think about that currently because when the space isn't doing the best, even though there is a good recovery, I would say as of right now, pretty decent one. Even despite that, some people still have, or should I say may have a negative sentiment. But again, I think around a year from right now, things could look so different, which is why I'm staying patient. And again, MYRIA at the price of 50 cents during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. It's focused on the right markets, focused on gaming, NFTs. I love, Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solutions, much like MYRIA. Also on top of that, I really love their ecosystem. They've been involved with fantastic games already. Granted, not the most popular, but still amazing in its own right. So I really can't wait. Again, 50 cents during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.